I think it's really hard for a lot of us to give ourselves credit for the hard work we do. And I've been working my ass off for the last 10 years in New York. All right, and we're rolling. Hi, my name is Jeremy Cohen. I'm a photographer based here in Brooklyn, New York. I first got into photography when I went on a family vacation to Yellowstone National Park, and my dad brought his little point and shoot digital camera. And then for my 16th birthday, I got a camera that I started shooting on. Every weekend, I would go on adventures with my friends, whether we went to like abandoned warehouses or hikes in nature all around Pennsylvania. And I was the photography friend that brought his camera and took photos and documented all these moments. My high school had a film photography class in a darkroom, which was pretty cool. And I decided I took this class and it changed my life. And I had this teacher named Mr. King, and he taught me so much about photography. And to this day, I have to credit him for really believing in me and helping me pave the way to find my passion and my career today. And it wasn't until towards the end of college that I realized I wanted to be a portrait photographer. Photographing people is more than just taking a picture, it's connecting with another person. And just using the camera as a tool to make a strong connection with your subject and help share their story is something that I've been interested in now for like 8 years. I have a strong belief that everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has a story, and I find everyone interesting. First project I was proud of, yeah. So I do all these like mini series that I'll just shoot all in one day, and I don't really plan them, they just kind of happen. My current series is Rooftop Culture during quarantine here in Brooklyn. I didn't plan it, I just saw it and then the series started. In the past I've done projects such as Storm Faces, which might be my favorite. This past summer I did a project of people napping during Bonnaroo. So I shoot a lot of music festivals. This year when I was shooting it, since it's a 24-hour, it's around the clock, the festival, so I noticed people were just like sleeping on the ground throughout the day. Any time of day, people were just napping. And I thought it was fascinating, so I started a series of these portraits of people, festival goers, just napping. But if you really rewind it back, my first series was emoji portraits. I just took portraits of people and then incorporated emojis in the images. Like a one-off image of this wouldn't really make much sense, but once I did a bunch of images and put them together, it was a lot more interesting. From there, I did a project called Pizza Portraits, where I literally had a pizza costume and I just dressed people up in a pizza and just doing miscellaneous things around the city. From those projects, I actually got my first ever paid gig. Any photographer can take a great photo, but a great photographer can take a series of photos that tell a bigger story. There's two goals that I initially set when I first started photography. One is I wanted a billboard in Times Square, and two is I wanted a cover of a magazine. This past month has just been absolutely insane.
You look beautiful!
I got in contact with New York Mag, and and they wanted to run my series in their issue. It wasn't until like right before they put out the issue, they let me know that they chose one of my images as the cover. They gave me an image of the cover of the magazine, and I went to post it on my Instagram. And as soon as I posted it, I got floods of texts from my good friends, and then I was reading the comments, and then all of a sudden I just got struck with all this emotion and started breaking down and just cried on my kitchen floor. So yeah, this is my cover of New York Mag. This is now my friend Gene. He texts me, he's like, hey, by the way, I'm like going up to my roof today to play my double bass if you want to take photos. And I'm like, oh, word, okay. So I just took that photo of him, and it's been absolutely insane. I'm shooting this at home, so I'm just gonna move the camera, fold up these legs. Don't mind those pizza boxes in the background. By the way, this is one of my favorite photos. Actually, I think this is my favorite photo I've ever taken. Here's my room. It's a laundry day, so I have all my laundry on my bed. Here's my cloud lamp from a local artist named Richard Clarkson Studio. My desk where I get all my work done, and here I'm gonna set up the camera right here. You know, I went viral, and especially during this time of this pandemic, I felt like I could use this viralness to somehow give back. I wanted to help out someone locally. My idea was to sell prints where 100% of profit went straight to invisible hands. Here's the story. As you probably know, I went a little viral this past month, and I wanted to find an effective way to help others during the crazy time of COVID-19. That's when I got the idea to do a print sale, but I didn't have the resources and needed help. So I reached out to this printing company called Darkroom. I didn't even know these guys, but they were immediately down to donate their time and resources to make it possible. We strategically decided to sell only for the weekend to get donations in ASAP. 189 people bought a photo. We raised $8,960, but Darkroom rounded it up to make it an even $9,000. I called Invisible Hands to let them know the news.
Amazing. Holy shit, that's wow.
Thank you everyone for donating, sharing, or simply just being kind to one another. Because we all came together, we helped spread some good in the world, and it felt really good to do that. We're in a pandemic right now, and everyone's lives have gotten flipped over, and there's a lot of people are in bad situations right now. But I'm an optimist, and I tend to just see the silver lining in things. I've always felt this way ever since my mom survived stage 4 oral cancer, and she wrote my family her death note, and she was ready to give up. And then something got in her, and she didn't, and she fought it, and she's still alive, and it might be the most important person in my life, and is a big reason why I'm the person I am today. I think it's just important to stay positive and adapt to the situation that we're in right now. So I try to focus on what I can control and make the best of it, and I would advise everyone else to too, because life is short and we gotta live it to the fullest.